Getting pre-approved doesn't have to be a scary or intimidating process. In fact, if being a homeowner is important to you, this process is a must, and it's going to help you save time, energy, and money. When you think about buying a home and looking at houses days and weeks on end, it can take some time. Well, cutting that time frame is making sure that you can get the financing of it. Because imagine seeing 20 homes not knowing whether or not you can actually qualify for the financing. And that's what the pre-approval is set up for. So in this video, we're just going to look over the basics so you understand what lenders look at to get you qualified to buy a home. So when it comes to qualifying for a home loan, there are three key main areas that lenders look at to get you qualified. And that's credit, income, and assets. We're going to go through each one and just touch on the basics. When it comes to credit, there's a common misconception that you need a perfect credit score to qualify to buy a home. And that's truly not the case. As long as you have a 580 credit score, you can receive some type of financing. So don't let a low credit score stop you in your tracks to get the answers you need when it comes to getting pre-approved. In terms of monthly payments, what lenders look at is they look at the loans and the credit cards that are reporting underneath your credit report. And we look at the minimum monthly payments, not the actual monthly payments you make every single month. When it comes to student loans, we do have to account for student loans. Now, if student loans have been in forbearance, there is a formula that we have to use to calculate the monthly payment. Now, here's one thing that can help you, or a couple things that can help you if you have student loans. If you're an income-driven repayment plan, or if your student loans are going to be forgiven, make sure you have a conversation with your lender about that upfront. Lastly, do you go with a hard check or a soft check when it comes to getting the financing for your home? And I really think the hard inquiry has gotten a bad rap because of the auto industry. When you go and buy a car and you go into a dealership and you apply for their financing, they actually take your information through 20 different institutions, and that's why it registers multiple times on your credit report. When it comes to a home loan and you're working with one specific lender, it's only one inquiry. So, in terms of a hard inquiry and what makes up your credit score, that only makes up 5% of your credit scores. So long as you do these two things, your credit score should be fine, making your monthly payments on time and keeping your balances low. The difference between a hard check and a soft check, at least from the qualifying standpoint, is us as lenders, when we do a hard check, we can actually take your information through a computer and it'll give us a green light or a red light. In a soft check, we may not have that opportunity to do that. And also in a hard check, there may be certain things in your credit profile that might limit your purchasing power. So it is the safest way to approach buying a home, which is going through a hard check when getting pre-approved. Now, when it comes to income, lenders look at a 2-year employment history. Now, how we go about getting those 2 years is definitely circumstantial, but I want to share with you a couple of scenarios where, it still works. Now, if you're in transition from one job to another and you are in the same field of work, if you have 2 years between both of those jobs, we can still use your income. Or say you have been in school and you're studying to be a nurse or an engineer, right? And as soon as you graduate, you obtain employment, we can actually use that offer letter to help you qualify to buy a home and use your school history to meet a 2-year history because you were studying for the work that you're doing now. In terms of bonus and overtime income, the main thing is we can use that, but we need to see the trend of that for the past 2 years. If it has been increasing over time, we can just use a simple average. If it's been decreasing, we have to use the most recent 12-month average of that income. And so the trend of your income is important, but we know that there are circumstances that can happen, like having a baby or taking time off because of a death in the family. So we know that it's circumstantial. And so just because you have these life events, don't discount yourself from looking to get pre-approved to buy a home. Now, business income, it's going to come down to your tax returns. We need to see your 2-year history of your tax returns, and we look at the net and not the gross. And so now lastly, when it comes to assets, the main thing is sourceability. Sourceability, what that looks like is we need to at least see 2 months statements in order to source the funds that you have. It's very common for us to run into clients that have money that has been, kept in a safe in their home or underneath their mattress. And so that is a huge no-no. We can't use cash on hand. And so make sure that if you're saving up for a home, that you're actually putting money away in a checkings and savings account. Now, lastly, when it comes to gift funds, the main point here is that if you are going to be buying a home in the next 30 or 60 days and you are going to be receiving a gift, that gift is better off with the gifter for right now. And once you get an accepted offer and in escrow, it is best to wire those gift funds directly to escrow. Because once it hits your bank account, it's going to trigger a slew of paperwork that we need to ask of you to paper trail those gift funds. So definitely, if you're going to have gift funds for your purchase, make sure that you wait until you're in escrow and just wire it directly to escrow as soon as you get an accepted offer. In terms of the documentation that we would need to get you pre-approved to buy a home, here's a basic list of what most lenders will ask for. Make sure to take a screenshot. Now, also, I do want to iterate that each and every single person is different. And so there might be additional documentation depending on your circumstances. So definitely have a conversation and be as transparent as you can with your lender so that we know exactly what documentations we need to ask of you in order to make sure that we make this process go as smoothly as possible. Well, I hope you found this video to be helpful, and I hope this kind of just pulls the curtain back for you and helps you understand like, hey, getting pre-approved is a necessary part of buying a home, and getting it done sooner can actually help you out quite a bit. And so if you want to have a conversation about your specific circumstances and what your goals are, let's schedule a Zoom call. Just follow the link within my profile or the link below down in the description, and I'd love to chat with you about what homeownership looks like for you. See you on the next one.